Welcome back, and we are going to continue from where we stopped last time. So in today's video we'll be looking at columns, beams and slab. So first of all, we'll be needing a new dimension group. What's coming first? I'm creating column data. Let's check this. So what's okay? I'm going to make up level, and so now we'll be needing a new dimension group. Let's say we have okay, you can use this. Yes, so I do not need to insert any kind of formula again, but I'm pretty sure you know how to begin. We got it right. Well, we should take a look at it again. It's pretty simple. The length here is this length, and multiply by this height. So by this height, then times 2 plus this width. There's the width, then times 2 to get the total. This to get the total square meter of the formworks to size of the column. That's what we did there. Close. So now what we need is stirrups. We need stirrups here. You'll type in kg from the from the keyboard. Then we go to the measured dimensions, and in here we open the ellipse. We are going to insert our formula here, but now we'll be using functions. So we'll be using this x, okay, this one in particular that requires the distance, spacing and height, or another length. So double click. Now first of all, what we need in the formula is, it says this is used to calculate bars required based on the spacing, and then multiply by the height. So once we add in a formula, you'll get to know what the formula will do for us. So this, we need distance, which is a number. So our distance is the length. Then we need also function. We need spacing. Our spacing should be in variable. Insert stirrup spacing. In number, let's say our spacing, default spacing is 0.15 meters. Units of measurement is in meter. So let me just add this to set on dimensions. Sorry, let's leave it like that. Set per dimension. Default. Okay, insert. So now this length divide by the spacing. You see it is in between these commas here. Then double click this in between spacing. Then lastly we need let's check the function. It says height. So this height I will use it as a variable again. I need a variable for that, or I will want to have this formula. Let's see if it will work. No, let's leave it as a variable. It will be better for us to leave it as a variable. So insert length of stirrup in number meters length of stirrups 0, default 0. Okay, I will insert so now let's say total length of one stirrup. So now you see we have length of stirrup but divided by spacing of stirrups. Sorry, length, overall length of the column divided by the stirrup spacing to give us total number of stirrups that we need, then multiply by the length of one stirrup to give us total length of the entire stirrups. So this multiply by shift multiply by this multiply by, let's create another variable, say dia bar dia in number units then we insert so now what I want is that I want to convert this bar dia whenever put this in bracket, this is in bracket, this multiply by bar dia again, divide by 162.2, then close. So now this expression here, this particular expression from here to here is bar width. When this times the when this multiply by this and divide by 162.2 to convert to bar width, so total length multiplied by the bar width. that is weight of bar per meter length multiplied by the entire stirrups length. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Then we'll say insert another variable, number of bars in columns. Sorry, we don't need that for now. So I guess we are done with this formula. We have how many? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we have 3 variables. So what are you going to look at next? We insert. So I'm going to change this to point mode, and also my snap point is on. That's why I'm having a snap point here. So my ground floor column ends. The ground floor column ends here. I'll click. See, already I have my properties on add on. I add it on. So now my total length of stirrup is 0.82, and number dia is 10, and the spacing is 0.175. The details are there. So well, here see, to get the spacing, see you have 19 y10 at 175 mm spacing, that is 0.175 mm spacing, and 10 mm dia for stirrups here. Let me change color of this. You can change the color. Edit dimension group, right click on edit dimension group, change color. Okay, so also this column type, it's just giving us for one column, but this column type we have actually almost like 20 to 20 something. So go to foundation layout, look for foundation layout. You can see we I've named some drawings here. To do that, it's easy. You can just right click on the on particular page that you want to rename, and edit drawing. Let's say this one is column details. Update or press enter. So you can see we have column details up here. So foundation layout, let's say I'll have to create a dimension group. I'll say I want to count C1 under what? Under frames, count, insert. I need to change this to point mode if I want to count. So and let me turn this snap point off. So count 1. Sorry, I need to turn this thing off too, so that it will allow you to count properly. So I'm counting my C1s. Sorry, this is not C1, so we'll delete that when we are done with counting. can zoom in to properly see where you have your seams. I have another seam here. I have one here. I guess that's all right. No need to delete this one. Okay, I need to, then now I can delete this selected dimension. So we have 22 number of column type 1. So going back to our column details, this we edit dimension group properties. We say yes, we'll just change multiplier to 22. Edit dimension group. Okay, 22. It is not reflecting. We can just do it here. Modify change multiplier 22. Okay, see, it has reflected. Edit dimension group. Okay, so now we have we have our formwork to sides of column. We have our stirrups also to be 189.08. So how I know the question is, how did we get the length of the stirrups? So basically, to get the length of the stirrups here, what we'll need to do before is just to like use this what is it, use this tool to get that, see, from here to here like this. But if you look at it, on each side it's supposed to be 0.23, but we're having 0.447, so it is just not adding up. So this is not drawn to this scale here. So manually I just calculated the length manually, that is by virtue of just saying 0.23 multiply by 0.23 then minus the concrete cover 0.025. we have concrete cover here and here, so minus 0.05 to get length of one side here, that is from here to here is 0.18, then multiply by 4 sides. Since we are having 0.23 all around for the all corners. So then we still add hooks, because it is hooking up here, right? We are having hooks here, extension of an hooks here. So let's say our hooks are extending 0.1 meter. So we'll say add plus 0.2 for 2 hooks. Extend one here and hooking this one like this, 0.2. Okay, so it is supposed to be even 0.92, not 0.82, but we can edit and change that to 0.92. so just make sure that okay, it is highlighted now. Then you press on your right click, modify dimensions, change variables, edit this 0.92. see 189.08. let's update and see it has changed back to 212.13. so see, still have same information up here, so we can continue like this. Change to my point mode, say, and my geometry on. So from here to here also, then from here to here, then from, let's check, still same here to here, 12 cubic meter. And you can see total for 22. Okay, so we have our multiplier to be 22. If I want to continue for the other column, this is column type 2. Let's assume the column type 2 is 10. So just say okay, 10, but all the informations are the same. So what I will need to do is just click on this and we stop here, right? From here to here, from here to here. Okay, that's all. Then what I'll do next is I'll go and modify the dimensions, change multiplier 10. You see, I have 21 cubic meter, right? But if I'm changing the multiplier now, you'll see that here, change the multiplier also, multiply the change multiplier, I have 10, I have modify, change the multiplier to 10. So now we are supposed to have 16 cubic meter, and the default multiplier is 22, but the multiplier that is here, we changed it to be 10. You can see total for 10s, and this 10, 10, also this 10, and this 10 added up to this to have 16.29 meter cube actually. So but there is something that is missing from here. which is the stirrups. So okay, this is my first time encountering this kind of issue, so let me work it out. Let's see why is stirrups not adding up, but we have stirrups here. Okay, we only have stirrups on one side. Okay, I know the reason why. Modify dimension, change variables. Need to include length of stirrups 1 by 1, 0.92. That is because change variables 0.92 and our spacing is 1.7 175, 0.175. Also modify dimension, change variables. Okay, we can only have 2 digits here, so I'll just approximately say we have 0.18 as the spacing. It will affect our measurement, but this is the best I can do for the third one. So if you check now, you see our stirrups, is it adding up? Yes. It is adding up now. You can see. So what what needs to be looked at is, while we modify the variables, okay, this is 10 millimeter, that is the diameter of the bar. Okay, also let me zoom in. This too is modify dimension, change variables, length of stirrups 0.92 and there. So okay, for this modify change variables 10 and 92, .177, that's okay. Let's see 0.18. Modify dimension, change variables 10 and 8 approximately, and length of stirrup is 0.92. Okay, so we have our stirrups to be 832.38 kg. Okay, this modify this one too, change variables 10 Okay, our stirrups the total are 1030 kg. So what we'll need to measure next is because now we have the stirrups, we have the formworks, and concrete volume of concrete for the entire columns here. So what we are going to be looking at next is the reinforcement. So adding dimension, you can use the reinforcement in the column starter before. Just need some little edit. Need it to be in frames. Need to edit this. Need just little adjustment. Then multiply by, we are creating a new variable. Just as we did for that stirrups. Say bar dial. And insert. Okay, you can't leave the variable blank. Insert. So let's put it in brackets. Multiply by this and divide by 162.2. Close. So length multiply by number of bars, multiply by, and close. Insert. So our reinforcement, well, 4y20 line mode. In fact, edit dimension, change the color to something more. Okay, update. Line mode. We are holding control. So that is the total. Sorry, let me just Control Z before we measure properties on add-on. Then click bar dial is 20, sorry, 20 millimeter dial. Number of bars is 4. Then properties, untick this to change the multiplier is 22 columns there. So update. So I have 536 kg. Zoom out. Need to continue. Zoom in. Control. So we have gotten 852, but still we still have same 4y20 multiplier. Multiplier is 22. Variables, okay, 24 numbers. Update. Sorry, Control Z to just adjust more. Let me off this. change multiplier to 22. And modify dimensions, change variables, 20 for number of bars, and OK. So we can even further run to just say that instead of changing multiplier all the time, I can just edit dimension group and put the default multiplier to be 22 here. Update. Yes. So now when next I measure, I'm just going to be adding just variables. See, even the variables are there, so don't need to even add it. So I'm turning it off. So clicking, click, then go to the next, click. Well, where's my drawing? Okay. So we also have here to be 4y20 all through 2, 4y20, 4y20, 4, and okay, 4y16, 4y16. It is only the ground floor and the first floor that have 5, 4 and y20. Here is 4y16, so we can change it. Just come like this, change, modify dimension, change variables, 16. You see we have a reduction here now. So you see this one too is 4y16. So modify, change variable. Okay, I did not even add up this one, so instead of reduction to have an increase. Yes, 4y16. That is why it is always good to even cross check. So as we said, we assume this column type 2 to be 10 in numbers, right? So now 4y20, say dimensions, turn this on, okay, just go to properties and untick the default and change it to 10. Already variables are there, then update. You hold your control key, click, then here is also for y20. Need to change the variables, properties, to change the multiplier to 10. Click and click, change the multiplier, then the variables to 16. Now, yeah, is it 16? Yes, 16. So and so this is our total. Okay, I have a problem here because I just add up y16 and y20 together to get the total reinforcement, let's say from Y20, from Y16 to Y20. We should separate that. Copy dimension to another group. Or we should just move to another. Can we move to another group? Okay, we can't do that. Well, normally we cannot just add up Y20 and Y16. This is not advisable to do that. So we'll have our quantities in separate. So I'm going to delete this. Delete selected dimension. Yes. Delete selected dimension. Yes. So here I'm going to copy dimension group. Now I'm going to say this is Y16. No, and take this, then click on OK. So the bar is Y16. Number of bars is 4. The properties, okay, leave it as 22. So next, check the variable. Okay, it's 129. And the next is this one. Click. Is it? Sorry. What? Where is it? Here we only have Y16 here at the top here. Variables, okay. So I have a Y16 to 1124. This, I need to delete this. So we are done with the column. Since we are done with the column, we'll be looking at the beams. Looking at beams. For the beams also we can use this add dimension group. Properties. Yes. Concrete in column. So you need to add this to the. I thought I've added it before, so I'm not just saying this. This dimension group already exists as standard. Okay, can I even delete it? Let's just delete it. System administration, standard dimensions, come and go. Adding you again. Insert. So now you can add in. Yes. Okay. Okay. Concrete / formwork / okay, let's just leave it concrete and beams. Also items inside it. Let's see / beams. No. And beams. Click on inserts. So you see, we could actually have all of this inside a subfolder. Like we have these beams inside a subfolder, we have a subfolder for columns. You can do that for well arranged dimension groups. So we have here 600 minus 150. 600 minus 150, that is 450, right? And the width is 230, which is 0.23. Come in. Let's check the measurement here. From here to here, 0.007. .3. Okay. Press on escape. Yeah. this page calibrated? So we have to calibrate first. Let's calibrate from here to here. Click. Sorry, 2568, which is from here. Sorry, you have to press this first. From here, two 568. So now let's check. Are we getting the 600? Yeah, approximately 0.6. So let's on escape. Now where is our beam? Double click. So we have 0.45, 0.23 for the width, and the thickness is 0.45. I minus the thickness of the slab so that we should not over measured. 0.45. And we click on update. Yes. From where to where? From this place, dimensions, point mode, from, let's say here, drag to this place. I did not check the stirrup informations, properties, multiplier. This particular beam is just one. Update, and I'll just need to change multiplier here. Multiplier is 1. Update. We have how many cubic meter? 3.3 cubic meter. Okay. Let's check the length of this stirrups. Frames. From here to here is how many? 0.55. 0.552. 0.552, and here to here is 0. How many? 0.179. So 0.18, 0.552. So I'll just 0.55 times 2, that is 1.1. Okay, and here is what? 0.18. 1.1, 0.18 times 2 sides 2 plus 1.46. That is the total length of the stirrups. So press escape, come here, modify dimension, change variables. Maybe check the spacing. The bar is there is 10 and 1.46. And click on OK. At what spacing? 300. Wow. So we need to even modify again. Change variables. And click on OK. So now we have our stirrups with 76.1 76.51 kg. That's the number of our stirrups. So okay. So now we have our concrete, right? And the reinforcement also to be 76. So the stirrups to be 76.51 kg. What I want to show us again is there is a way we can calculate these stirrups, because in this structural drawing, these beams, I see that okay, this is being scaled to this, so we can actually use this for our measurement. So how do we do that to get reinforcement stirrups from this? What I will do, I'll be using this. So let me just add in dimension. Where is it? Reinforcement. Yes. No. Let me use this. Add the standard dimension. Insert. Yes. Click on yes. Okay. And column. Reinforcement and column. Then we say stirrups. That's it. So next thing is measure dimension. Of these are okay, right? Then we say in change the color first to okay, insert. Now before I start my measurement, I'll click on this rebar, get the length first. Okay, starting from here, see my reinforcement, the and stirrups, that's the length for stirrups. My stirrup is covering this entire area because all of it are in, they are all in 300mm spacing. So I'll just say from that angle to here, and the length, to get the length I'll just get this four corner one by hold your this thing, your control. sorry, I'm trying to, okay, and it ends, why is it, let's see, oh, let's not use even this. It's stressing me. Spacing 0.30, sorry, 300 millimeter. So you have 84 number, update 1, Bada is 10, then we'll say update number of bars 1. So you have 72, almost what we have here, which is, where is it, sorry, Strobe says 1000, why is it 1000, edit dimension group, okay, this is for column, we are talking about beam, right? 76, and we have 72 here. This is even supposed to be under beams. See, it's almost close. Here, 80, and these two, if you check, approximately 77. So see, that's another way of getting it. But I want to check something. Well, let's try something. So since the point mode was a bit stressful, let's try the line mode. But now we're going to just create a new dimension group. Let's say stirrups kg, under beams length in kg. This will be the length multiplied by just multiply by constant right here, right? Close. Then we'll say insert, sorry, edit dimension group, default display in width, then update. Okay, so now what I will do is length is from here of this, so here like this, sorry, I forgot to so ribbon mode first, then length, then now you see you can be able to just hold your control and get the rectangle. Easily, then press your enter. 300mm spacing, update. So you see we have been able to get the accurate answer here now, which is 76 kg approximately. Also here we have 76 or almost 77, just a little bit difference. So I've showed you how we can be able to measure your stirrups without making customizing anything here in the beams, without adding it up here. We measure it separately. So the next thing that we'll be looking at is reinforcement in these beams, which we'll be using this. So add dimension group. Now reinforcement in columns, but you will see reinforcement in beams. Reinforcement in beams. Okay, and default multiplier should leave it at 1. Then we insert now. I'll check my details here first. 2y20 T1. So here we have this bar here is 2y20 all through ty20, but you have this one to be 3y20, then continue with 2y20, 3y20, then this one is 5y20, and also we continue with 4y20 and the rest. So now what we'll do is start from here, this one which is 2y20, properties on add-on to be turned on. So now we are using line mode, variables bar 20, and it is 2 number, update. Click yeah, and so that's 1 kg. This one is 3y20, number of bars 3, update. And this one is 2y20, so we'll go back to 2, update. Sorry, cancel. Hold your control. Hold your control. This one will have to hold your control to get everything. Hold your control. And it ends. Sorry, it ends here. So this one at the top here, it's saying it is 3y20. So you here measure it's 3. Update. And this one 2y20. 2. Then update. See, I'm holding my control key. That's I can be able to 2y20. This one ends where? Okay, it ends here. And then this one here is 3y20, right? Three number of y20. So we have here this one is 5 numbers. Update. Then we have somewhere, okay, this one is 5 numbers. This one has this top here, T2 is 4. Update. Let's see, this one ends here. Okay, so this you are going to do the same thing for this down bars. That's what we'll do too for the down bars. Just the way I measure this, I have the top bars here, and you see you have total of 237 reinforcement, and this reinforcement here is y20. And mind you, there is something that I always forget to do. One important dimension group, and you know the reinforcement bar that you want to measure, right? Let's say yes, no, let's say yes. So now I'll say in beams port y20, just to, if it is y16, I'll still do same process before I measure. Add in dimension group, I'll say y16, then insert, then measure. You understand? So that you can be able to differentiate your reinforcement bars, which quantity is for which. You understand? Yeah. So we're done with beams. I just use this as an example, just the way I measure this. That is how you will do for the rest. And also you can get your quantity of concrete, this beam, you can get it in the layout here, this beam and slab layout. You can get everything here, get everything using this layout. How do we do that? Let me just demonstrate. Let's copy this dimension group. Let's leave it as copy so that you know that okay, this is what we use as an example. So I'm going to calculate the overall beam concrete and beam quantity using this beam layout, this slab and beam layout. So now, okay, we'll be using line mode. Let's get rid of some layers if possible. Okay. Okay, I think we can work with this. It's my first line. Sorry, let me turn this off, because what I'm just looking for here is just the okay. We know that we can check all the beam are the depth of the beam all are 600. Check it. Okay, this one here is 750. This one is here 750. So we'll combine the ones of 600. When we come to this aspect, we'll change it to 750. I think that's the only place we have 750. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. So starting from here, by holding your control key, see, before you know, you'll be done. Sorry, Control Z. Sometimes the software usually do this. Okay, let me zoom in more. This one is with okay. Let me jump this. That's not a beam. Okay, now holding my control key. We have what's here, edit dimension group. So properties, so volume 0.08 since there 0.08. Let me check. What do you have as multiplier here? 1. Our concrete here should be more than that. Should be more than that. .23, and the total length is 0.73. Let me check the formula. Okay, I think there's show layer. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. The reason why we are not having the I forgot we need to scale the page. Need to calibrate. So let's calibrate from here to here. 2317. Okay. Now you see we have 13-meter cube. So let's see, turn this off. You can continue. See, from here, this one, you have to measure this with sorry. So that's how you'll just follow everything to get the entire concrete and beams. Get the entire volume of the concrete and beams. And let's say when you get here, when you get to this place, in fact when I was using this line mode I should have even just switched to point mode, because it will have been better. From here to here, and if you get here this to this, it's even more faster. So can change, modify dimension here, change height. Yeah, width, its height here should be 6. Here is 750, but it's 600. The height here is 0.6, because it is a meter, so 0.6. So this height, this one's height is entirely different, but we have height of 0.45 here, and still added to this. Can use point mode. Then let me turn off this geometry. So to where? To here. Beam. Okay. So there is one thing. If I want to, I don't want it to join with this one. I don't want to be snapping like this. So by holding your O on the keyboard, it will allow you to select any point, even though you are close to this dimension that I have measured before. So let's see the point I want here. For you to stop this, just press O and it is gone. Then you click on your first point, then you release O. Say click. Sorry. Let me zoom in more. Sorry, you see, it has moved it. Let me Control Z. So just trying using my I used it just now, but to here, and from here to here. Sorry, and from here to here. See, I'm almost done. This one here, sorry, escape. I tried using the O function and it did not work, so just leaving it. If I want to, can just zoom in well to the point that I want to click, then drag to my next point. So see, I'm almost done with the measurement, taking off of the beams, but I'll stop here. So you have 23 meter cube, but you can also measure from this section. Where is the section? From this section you can measure all of this. The section has, it continues. This is not the only page for the section, it has another page, but we'll not be looking in. That is not what we are working on now. I believe by now you know how to read your structural drawings and you can work with this. Little explanation of mine. So the next thing we'll be looking at is the slab. This is the first floor slab details, and this is the placement of the reinforcement, top reinforcement. So let's get we'll be using this one instead, to measure our concrete and slab. So we need a dimension group. And a dimension group. Concrete and slab. Area, volume. Okay. And custom quantity formwork. Oh, we can even, yeah, I think we have concrete and slab. We don't? Okay, we don't. I thought we have that. Let me check again. Let me cancel this. We should have that under substructure. We measured slab now, ground floor slab. We can just add to the standard dimension group. Insert, add ground floor. Yes. This I'll even name you concrete slab. That's all. Okay, we have all of this, but delete it. Delete. Okay. And height 0.15. Yes. Insert line mode. see height of our slab, that is the thickness of slab, 150 all through. 150 all through. So I can just get the entire square meter of this place like this. Put it in line mode. So now I'm holding my let's pay attention to detail. That's all. Press enter. And where is my concrete slab? Wow. Edit dimension group. Sorry, I'm moving this entirely now. No, so I'm moving from here. Move to another dimension group. Is it moved to another dimension group? How can I move it to another folder now? I'm supposed to not change folder so it falls under this substructure. Add dimension group. I'm just going to create a new one. Yes. So frames, but slab. Custom quantity U, delete this and delete this. So insert, name already exists, concrete in slab, insert. So now we have it here, but I'm not going to remeasure. Just did this so that you should know that okay, it is under frames. I'm not going to remeasure as a waste of time. We are moving on to reinforcement here. So for this reinforcement, do we need to use the one of I created earlier. This stirrups on. Let's add it to dimension because it has the formulas that I need. Add it to standard dimensions. Now we are going to measure reinforcement inside the slab. Where is it? Okay, is it? So I say reinforcement in slab. Okay, and measured. Now I want to create a variable. Set a variable. That is bar diameter of the bar. Number, units of measurement, mm. Default should be 12. Everything is set. Yes. So now we have our formula. In bracket, this divided by this. Multiply by this, divide by 162.2, because this expression here will give us the bar weight. So length multiplied by bar weight give us our total bar. So what we'll be looking at now, we have our formula and everything. Reinforcement in slab. Then we insert, right? Let's start with Y12. So Y12 insert. So I'm going to turn this on rebar mode, because this particular Y12 here, this one here is arranged from here to here. So you have how many number? We have 7 Y12 at 150 spacing. So I'm going to get the length first. So I can use this line, length first, then the bar. Now you hold your control key to get the total length of the bar, then you press enter, and the spacing is 150. Update. So we have how many now? 7 Y12, and we have how many here? Number spacing 0.15 meter, number in distance. Okay, there's something missing. Yes. Okay. How do I dimension this page now? This particular drawing is not complete, but that is how you get the reinforcement quantity. This is how you get the reinforcement quantity. You can see it is actually covering from here to here, highlighted blue all over here. That means we are having this reinforcement in particular here, overall arranged here. So drawing all the dimension this now. Okay, I have the dimensions here. I'm going to use this, so calibrate from here 2070 to this place. Okay, yes, so here's our measurement. So we have how many? 12 number in distance. I have 12 of it, and for this, what we'll do, this tree is 9y12, so 9y12. Copy. I need to copy. Yes, you have to copy. Okay, name already exists. 9y12. Distance, then next is the length of the click on the rebar mode, turn it on, distance, then next length of the bar, press enter, 150, then update. Distance, okay, you do not even need to copy and paste. Distance, then properties on add-on, press enter, spacing 150, then you update. Okay, then update still. So if you get what I'm saying, you do not need to copy. Let's even delete this, delete dimension group, we don't need you. What's we need, just click on this, then where is the distance of this particular bar here? It is this, then length of the bar, like this, $150, and update. Yes, let me even turn this off. We have another, let's just work on these ones here, just this side here, this side here. So which one is next? This one, and this is the particular distance. See, I'm in line mode, so I just click on the distance, see dotted line, then the length of the bar, then press enter, then spacing 150, update. This bar 2, this is the space, this is where the arrangement arranged from here to here, so I click on this, then this, is it bent? No, then press enter, spacing is 150, also y12. So I'm working on this bar now, like this. Let's get the bend, then press enter, spacing 150, update. I'm working on this one now, so spacing length of bar, enter 150 is the spacing, update. This is next, length of bar, let's enter 150 for the spacing, update. And this particular bar, this is the distance lead, length of bar, then press enter 150, update. So now you see we have 395 kg already for this side alone. So that's how you work on the rest to get the entire reinforcement of the slab. All reinforcement is just all the reinforcements are Y12 all round, and the only time that you will need to insert new dimension group like this, let's say, no, let me just even say this thing, add to standard dimension group, insert reinforcement in slab. Where is it? Reinforcement in slab, yes. Then we see reinforcement in slab Y16, that is if you have Y16, then you measure it so that you'll have a difference that you have Y12 here, Y16 next. And that is all for the calculation of frames. We have worked on column, beams, and also slabs. Let's see, concrete and slab, default height. Where is the formwork? Dimension, formwork. Length, just the length. Oh, no, updates. Area multiplied by height. Sorry, is it height? Yeah, it is height. So why am I not having my quantity? And I have not checked it. I'm just checking it up now. What might be the problem? If that is the case, let's just create, it's not hard, formwork, length, also the 0.15. Okay, I forgot. Actually, we made a mistake and first create the concrete slab here. So our formwork is 120.37. that is the length here, 120.37. based on BSMM4 revised. I'm using BSMM4 revised. That is standard method of measurement in Nigeria. Building engineering standard method of measurement 4 in Nigeria. Anything that has the formwork that you have that is not greater than 150 millimeter thickness. I said thickness. Width should be left in linear meter, and anything above 300 should be measured in square meter. So for this slab it is 150, so that's why we are having it in linear meter. Where is it? Yeah, formwork to sides of slab 120.37 meters. And that is all for frames. In our next video we'll be looking at concrete in staircase and also the reinforcement plus the formworks. Thank you for watching.